And they're off. Welcome to the Chat Circus Podcast, a podcast for lost individuals. If you're lusting for debauchery, I'm your clown, Nano, and this is the Chat Circus. Give me 5 minutes. Okay, so let the music play for a little second, a little second. All right. Okay, so, oh boy. First and foremost, I want to thank everybody lately that's been reaching out. Forgive me, I gotta get acclimated up in her. I want to thank everybody that's listening in the United States, United Kingdom, Canada, Germany, the Philippines, Dominican Republic, Colombia, Switzerland, Ecuador, India, Bulgaria, Iceland, Indonesia, France, Vietnam, Cyprus, Israel, Kenya, United Arab Emirates, Spain, Turkey, Chile, Saudi Arabia, Italy, the Netherlands, and Slovakia. Whew, that was a lot. So I'm supposed to give Junior a call, and we got a little episode coming. I guess when I get on the call with him, I'll let him introduce that the episode. But by the time you hear this, you will have already heard the recent episode I did. I did an episode with my brother. He was actually in Colombia when we spoke on the phone, just giving us his experience abroad. I have yet to edit that episode, and I haven't edited it and given it a title. I still haven't given it a title, so I don't even know what I'm gonna call it. Hopefully, by the time you hear this, that'll already be out. I want to give a shout out to Black Star. Let me read what this guy said to me. He reached out to me on Instagram and he said, "Big fan of the show. I think we had the same chica." Then he proceeded to show me a picture of her, and I was like, oh shit. And then Junior called us Eskimo brothers. I'm assuming that's when two guys smashed the same woman. Oh, that's nice and loud.
Yo.
Yeah, say something, my boy.
Something.
All right. Audience members, I got Junior, her. I already did the intro, bro.
All right, cool.
So, before we get into what we're gonna do, you recently heard the episode we did. What, Pat?
Yeah, I did. I listened to everything actually. I listened to ours too.
Oh, okay. So let's go back to Pat. How you feel about that episode?
Nah, it was a good episode. We already kind of recapped that one, but good episode.
We spoke about actually doing it, not you listening to the episode.
Okay. Nah, it was good. I liked it. I mean, it was cool.
Something different, right?
Yeah, something different. Yeah, it was definitely dope.
And
I hope we help the kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I spoke to him. He told me that the trip to Colombia might not happen. It's looking like a dud, but he's definitely going to Sosua in July.
That's why I didn't reach out to Randy, nobody, because I don't want to do that unless it's locked in for sure. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
Because then I'm wasting his time and my taxi guy's time. I mean, every time I do that and somebody falls through, it's gonna look bad on me. And I mean,
absolutely, I get it. Okay, and you heard the bedroom bully.
Yeah.
I'm a wild boy, right?
Yeah, I like it. Taking over the range.
It's different, something new.
You get tested yet?
No, bro.
Keep fucking around, dude. The dick's gonna be talking to you.
Well, then when it starts talking to me, I'll do something, bro. At this age, who gives a fuck, bro? Like, the way they got medicine for HIV and all that, who gives a fuck, bro?
That was funny.
I'm talking shit, right? But if I was to have something, I'd be fucking crying. Oh my
Hell yeah.
God.
You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. So let's, I know you got things going on. So we're probably on a time limit. So let's get into it. You were listening to, I don't know if it was Pat that said something about Sosua. And then
Yeah.
you were like, you know what? Maybe I could put not me, you. Maybe you can chime in on Cartagena.
Yeah. So we're gonna do a Cartagena 1-on-1. You know what I mean?
All right, so I'm here for
Yeah.
it. I'm here for it. So for the audience, I'm just gonna hang back. If I have a question, I will ask.
All right. First and foremost, I am not a guru. This is just my experience, but I'm pretty versed. But I will put a disclaimer that I'm not a guru and I don't know everything. But these are the basics that get you through. You know what I'm saying? Now, yeah, I went back and listened to Sosua. To kind of get an idea of it. So I'm gonna follow the same structure, just a little different. And I'm gonna make this list like you've never gone, like you have no idea what you're going into, right?
All right. So all right, yeah.
So yeah, that's the best way to do it because there's a lot of things that were different. We all learned the hard way. You know what I'm saying? So first things first, when you book that trip and you're going, right, and let's say it's the day before, even the day of, but let's just say the day before your trip, right? When you travel to Colombia, you have to fill out a check MIG form through immigration. You have to do that. Right? I don't think we discussed that. Do you do that for Sosua? No.
Yes.
Oh, you do.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
but I don't think we've ever discussed it or ever even disclosed it. But that's super important because a lot of people get fucked up on that.
Well, for Sosua episode, I did talk about it.
Okay. So same thing. Before you go to Colombia, 24 hours. You can do. I think it's 72 hours prior to your flight. But let's just do it the day before. Go on the website. It's Colombia Immigration. You go on there. It says do your check MIG. You fill out the form. It's very easy. You fill it all out. At the very end, you have an option. You can screenshot or you can print out the completed form. You will need that. You need to present that when you get to immigration in Colombia. All right. So that's that. Now, this is just me, and I know it's going to be a little bit weird, but from my experience, right, make sure you bring food on your flight, right? Reason being, food and water, especially water. When you land, right, and you get off, you hit the tarmac, you got to go through immigration. Now, we experienced this. Immigration was 4 hours long. Remember that?
Yeah, it definitely is 4 hours. It's a few hours. I didn't tell you. Go ahead.
Go ahead. What happened?
I didn't tell you, but I did an episode with my brother when he was in Colombia. He was waiting online for 3 hours.
Hey, see, there you go. That's what I'm talking about, dude. So the fastest I've ever been through immigration was 30 minutes, right? And I was surprised to hell. But the longest was 4 hours. On average, it will be 1.5 hours to 2 hours on average.
That's fucking disgusting.
So imagine you take a direct flight. Most direct flights are going to be 5 hours. You know what I mean? If you're flying from Miami, it's going to be 3. But most, if you're flying out of JFK or Beach, wherever, it's typically going to be a 5-hour flight, right?
Yeah.
5-hour flights, they don't give you food. They give you snacks, bullshit, whatever. So you want to carry a sub, some type of food, because when you hit the country, you got to extend that another 2 hours. So imagine 7 hours and you haven't eaten.
Yeah.
And it sounds stupid, it sounds crazy, but I'm adding it because I'm telling you, it's going to happen, and then you're going to be like, damn, I'm glad I packed this. You know what I'm saying? Because you can take food through airports. You can take whole sandwiches. You can take fucking platters of food. You can take whatever you can take food through the airport. It's not, they don't give a fuck.
It's just the water and the drinks. You got to buy
you got to buy, that's the thing. You either got to take an empty Stanley cup or Yeti or something and fill the water there at the airport, or just buy you a big ass water at the airport. Spend $8, whatever. But that's just a tip. That's a big tip because it's happened to me many times, and I had to learn the hard way. And then finally, I started packing. I would buy a Subway sub at the airport and take it with me, so I had something.
Smart.
You know what I'm saying? All right, cool. So another thing, once you land, right, you're gonna hit the tarmac. It's not like normal airports if you travel to Puerto Rico or in DR, right, you hit the tarmac or no?
No. You go straight to the gate.
All right. Well, Colombia, you hit the tarmac. So as soon as you get off the plane, you got to walk down the ladder and walk through the country. Yo, you're gonna experience hella heat. So dress accordingly. I mean, typically if you leave, I don't know, you sweat, whatever. When you hit the country, it's gonna be fucking hot, very hot, uncomfortably hot. So dress accordingly.
What I normally do. Colombia is different, but what I normally do is when I land, I go to the bathroom in the airport and I change. But in the Colombia scenario, depending on the weather, I'm going by New York. Depending on the weather in New York, I would change in the bathroom at JFK. That way I got shorts on. Maybe I keep the sweater because the AC.
Exactly right. Yeah, keep a hoodie, whatever. But why? Reason why? Because remember, when you go to that immigration, if you're stuck in the immigration line, up to 4 hours. Bro, how long were we standing outside in the heat for? Over an hour.
Yeah, about an hour and a half before we got inside.
Before we even got in the building.
Yeah.
So imagine that. You're in your sweatsuit. You're all bundled up and you hit that and you're fucking drenched in sweat. It happened to all of us.
Yeah.
So I was like, yo, this is trash.
Facts.
These are little tips. They might sound goofy, but I'm telling you, bro, when you experience it, you're like, damn, I'm glad I was ready for this.
Another one, I don't know. It's been a while since I've gone to Colombia, obviously, but I would pack a mask in your book bag, in your pack.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah, my fault. Yep, that's a good point.
Because they
always make
you
put on a mask. Always. Yeah. I don't know if they still do that today. Your brother would know. But as the last time I knew, you had to wear a mask. Gotcha. And that was 2024. Yeah. All right. So, just a not a disclaimer. Everything that I'm experiencing, that I'm talking about, that experience was between 2022 to 2024. So I haven't been there this year. But like I said, I'm not the guru, but I do have a good idea of what's what. All right. So you can be 30 minutes through immigration, up to 4 hours. Now, once you get out, right now, a big thing is they tell you don't cash your money at the airport, which is true. However, if this is your first time going, you're not going to have no money. You're not going to have no Colombian pesos. So I would recommend at the minimum cashing $20. If I think $20 is the minimum limit they allow you to exchange at the airport, if I'm not mistaken.
How much would they tax out of that?
So to put it in perspective, so people understand, right? The way the Colombian peso works is you have a 2,000 peso, a 5,000, a 10,000, a 20, a 50, and 100,000 peso.
Okay.
So the best way you need to understand this is think of it like U.S. currency. A 2,000 peso is $1 bill. Just think of it that way. A 5,000 is $5. A 10,000 is 10. A 20,000 is 20. A 50,000 peso is 50, and a 100,000 peso is $100. Right?
Okay.
Just think of it like that, because that's how the money pretty much stretches there. So if you take $20 now, right now the currency is 4,000 pesos per $1. So that means a $100 bill is going to give you 400,000 pesos. So $20 is going to give you roughly around 60,000 pesos, right? Then that's all you're going to need to get out of the airport. When you walk out, right? Like Nano said in Sasua 101, it's the same thing. Do not let anyone touch your bag, because as soon as they put their hand on your bag, you will have to tip them. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You're going to have to tip them. So hold on to your shit. Now, highly recommend, this is just another pro tip, backpack and carry on only. Do not check a bag.
Depending on your stay.
I mean, depending on your stay, whatever. But I highly recommend a carry-on and a backpack. That's all you need, especially as a man. You know what I'm saying? That's all you fucking need. And then that way you can move, because if you do a checked bag, it's gonna prolong your stay at the airport, because you have to wait for the bag. Things take longer. It's just a process, right?
Can I chime in real quick?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, no doubt.
I don't know if you were gonna get to this or not, but at customs they ask where you're staying. They ask for an address.
Oh yeah, my fault. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
They
do
do that.
actually
They
have that
do
on my
that.
notes.
They do that in the DR as well. But I normally say give them New Garden Hotel. So
Yeah,
that's
no, yo, that's a great point. Yeah, I actually had that right here in my notes. So when you're going through immigration, make sure you have the address of the hotel or Airbnb you're going to stay at, because they will ask you for it. They will verify it on their system, and then when they ask you why are you here, all you got to say is I'm here for tourism. That's it. Don't say anything else. You're an American typically or whatever, and you're going to the country. They know why you're there, but you can't tell. Oh, I'm here to take advantage of the women. No, you just say I'm here to, for tourism to see the country. That's it. All right. So once you walk through, you're out and you're going there. There's gonna be a line of taxis, right? And you're gonna have every motherfucker out there just tell you, oh, yo, taxi, taxi. This is my experience. Pro tip: look for a taxi that already has the windows up, because that's a signal they have AC. All right. If you don't give a shit about AC, cool. But I'm telling you, Colombia's uncomfortably hot. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So a taxi with the windows up and tinted is a good indication that they have air conditioning. And me personally, I always look for that and the taxi to be newer. When I see old, busted up taxi cabs with the windows down, you're gonna be sweating your whole ride. I don't like it, but if you don't give a fuck, it's all good. Now, on average, right, you should not pay any more. The absolute most you should pay for taxis is 30,000 pesos. But on average, it should be 20, because the airport. So the way it works is you got Cartagena is just basically like a big shoe, like a big boot, right? From the airport, you got the center city, the walled city, right? That's only 15 minutes from the airport. Boca Grande is about 17 to 19 minutes. And then Laguito, which is the shoe at the bottom, the most that's going to take you is 25 minutes. It's usually like 20 minutes from the airport.
Okay.
So it shouldn't cost you no more than 20,000 pesos. But these guys are going to try to get you. They're going to say, oh, 40,000, 50,000. You might have a motherfucker hit you with 100,000. And you don't know. So you're like, oh, okay, but remember, you got to think of the money like your money. A 100,000 peso is a $100 bill. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's just, little things that I learned from experience. I've never paid more than 30,000. No, I'm lying. One time I did pay 40, but I was like, whatever, man. It is what it is. But yeah, you should be good, right? And now, again, these are prices that I remember. If you go to taxi after tax and they keep saying the same thing, then maybe, you know what, the inflation might have went up. But bro, out there, everything is cheap, bro. Is the locals? Because I've ridden around with locals, and bro, they pay 10,000, 15,000 to the airport. I've seen it. I'm like, yo, they really be getting Americans because we don't know.
Yeah, tourists. Yeah.
Yeah. So all right, now the whole thing. If you want to like get your shit and all that, like waters and beers and all that, you can. But I recommend just getting to your spot, getting set up, and then kind of having a look-see around what's there. Because there's like a supermarket on every corner. You know what I'm saying, or even a pharmacy. Like there's always something available for you. Now, if you get into the taxi and you say, "Hey, I want to go stop at the supermarket before you take me to here," they'll do that, but they're gonna upcharge you. I mean, if you're cool with that, fine. It'd be like 50,000 total. Cool, whatever. Now, one thing I did want to say is a lot of people, and I made this mistake too. A lot of people travel with a lot of money, right? $1,000, $1,500, $2,000. It all depends on what you want to blow.
Big bills.
Now, big bills, yeah. I recommend. Now, again, this is just a recommendation. I'm not saying to do this, but I would recommend to not do that. Travel with the bare minimum, $100 only. What I learned, and your brother put me onto this, you can Western Union yourself, right?
Yeah.
So basically you set up like a transfer from you to you, from you in the U.S. to you in the country, which will be Colombia, right? And then all you got to do is to have a taxi take you to any Western Union, and you go in there and present your passport, and you just whatever, and then you claim the money. Now, The good thing about that is, you don't have to travel with big like bills, right? So you don't have to have that worry, be worried about, I got all this money on me, which is one. And two, typically when you do that, you'll get a higher exchange rate, right? Because the best exchange rate you're gonna get in the country is through Western Union. And if you can do this shit a week ahead of time. I think the most you can do it is 30 days in advance, but just do it 7 days before. And typically, you watch the market. You can watch the Colombian market, the USD to COP exchange rate. Just do it on Google. And when you see it's at a good rate, so like let's say the COP goes up to 4,500, send your money because it'll lock that transfer at that rate. As far as like, I know you were big on like hotels and all that because you like New Gar and you kind of mentioned all that.
Well, Colombia is a different animal.
It's a different beast. The only thing that I will highly recommend, whenever you book, whether it's a hotel or an Airbnb, right? And if you're going out there to do what this show's about, mongering, right? You gotta make sure in the fine print of the reservation before you click pay or whatever or reserve, make sure that it says guest friendly. It has to say guest friendly.
Oh, can I tell you something?
Yeah.
You just reminded me. So Swagger has been out there. He was out there recently. And he told me that what they're doing, I think hotels and Airbnb, they're starting to charge people for the guests.
No, they've been doing that.
Oh, they've been doing that. They've been doing it. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because I was gonna say a hotel that I've stayed at. I really enjoy Palmetto. It's called Palmetto Sunset. That's in Laguito. I said it like a white person, Laguito. They charge you 20,000 pesos per guest. You know what I'm saying?
But that's more like a condo type setting, right? Because if you got a private house, nobody's charging you shit.
No, exactly. So if you book an Airbnb, right, that's it. It's yours. I mean, you can come and go wherever as long as it says guest friendly. Now, a lot of these Airbnbs are basically like they're apartments. So they have like they call them porteros, which are basically like people at the front desk that you have to check in, and they give you a wristband. So it's still got that setup where you got to check into somebody before you can go up. So when they see you walking in, if they see you walking with a person and they don't got a wristband, they're gonna stop you and they're gonna give you problems. That's why I say you got to make sure that you stay at guest friendly hotels. Like I remember the original spot your brother and I stayed at was Playa Mar in Laguito, and they are fully guest friendly, but they make you every guest you come in, they got to check in with their ID, and that's it. And you can have however many come and go as you please. If you stay at an Airbnb, like when we stayed at the house with Randy, that was a free for all, right? There was no check in, nothing. I mean, the guy at the door, he did have to check ID. You remember?
He did check ID, but he didn't charge us for every bitch.
No, he just checked IDs to make sure that they're of legal age, and that's it. So,
oh man, what a fucking time!
Super key is whenever you're booking it. If you look at the Airbnb, it's gonna tell you in like the rules, house rules, or whatever. It'll tell you. It'll tell you flat out, no guests allowed. Or if you do have guests, you have to have them on the reservation, which is, that's gonna be hard if you don't know who's who, right? If this is your first time going, you're not gonna have anybody to put on. So just make sure that when you're booking a spot, it's guest friendly. That's very, very important. You find, in some iteration of that, guest friendly, guest allowed, or visitors allowed, whatever. Just make sure that it says, guest allowed, visitors allowed, whatever, guest friendly. And that don't matter. It don't matter where you stay at, because there's over 100 hotels there, and there's even more Airbnbs. There's probably like there's probably up to 1,000 Airbnbs out there. Like,
no, let me,
so it is.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, so it is different from how like DR is mostly hotels, and the Airbnbs are kind of out further from where you usually stay, right, on the strip.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here it's not. Everything's mixed together. You'll have Airbnbs right next to a hotel. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Let me ask for the people that are interested, that want to go, they don't know where to stay, what's suited for them. Okay. The Center City, what is there?
So in the center city, you got a plethora of everything. You got very, very budget friendly hotels that are fucking $40 a night, guest friendly. But I mean, they're not the greatest. You know what I'm saying? Then they have some spots like I stayed at one time at this place called Bastion Luxury Hotel. The place was fire, bro. It's like it was amazing, and surprisingly, it was guest friendly. I was completely shocked that it was guest friendly.
Okay.
But that place is super expensive, like very expensive.
So the center city's more like restaurants and bars and clubs and shit.
Yeah. So no, you have plenty of Airbnbs and plenty of hotels in the walled city, but most of the restaurants you're gonna want to check out are in the walled city. They have a lot of restaurants and even more bars, right? And then on top of that, that's where all the if you want to go like to clubs, lounges, that's where it's gonna be mostly. Like there's a few in Boca Grande, but the bulk of them are in the walled city. So like the spot we went to was what was that place? Dolce Vita? Oh no, we didn't go. I went with your brother.
Yeah, when I went, I was talking to Swag and he was like, "Oh, Colombia." I'm like, "Bro, the first trip I didn't go to Colombia." He's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" I was like, "I went to a house. I didn't do anything outside the fucking house, bro. I got on a plane to stay in a house."
Yeah, but we had a good time though.
It was fucking amazing. It was dope.
Yeah. All right. So. So this is what I'll say, man. If you want to experience the walled city, by all means, because I've stayed in the walled city. Me personally, I do not like it.
Why is that?
And I'm gonna explain the reasons why I don't like it. One, it smells like straight horse piss and shit throughout the city.
Really?
Yeah, it's very old. It's historic. It's very old, and they have actual horses with buggies throughout the entire city. So. It naturally is gonna smell like horse and shit, like horse, shit and piss.
Right.
Yeah. Plus, it's an old city. It's a bird. Like it's as much as they do clean it, they spray it down. It just has this rank smell in it because it's old as shit, dude. And the streets are tight. The sidewalks are even tighter. Even though they do clean it, think of like New York. You know how New York just has that piss smell, especially in Manhattan?
I'm a New Yorker. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but go ahead.
You don't tell me you don't know how New York smells like piss in Manhattan?
No, Junior. I don't smell piss when no. I mean, I may pass by a homeless person, or it's not like the whole air is smelling like piss to me.
No, it's not the air, but it's like you might be walking, all of a sudden, bang, it hits you, and that's how it is. It's like that's just me. The city stinks, bro. Like it has the same shit. It's throughout the entire city, and you're gonna smell it at some point. Even if you're just visiting, it's gonna happen. You're gonna smell it.
Gotcha.
That's number one. Number two, it is a bitch to get in and out because it's like got these archways that's basically like one ways, like one way in, and there's another one that's a one way out.
So you gotta know, you gotta know which one is which, right? Entering or exiting?
But you're not. But you're not renting a car. You're going in there with a taxi. The taxi's gonna know what to do. But it's just a bitch, dude. Like I've been stuck inside the city for 30 minutes just because it's traffic and it's tight and it's just a pain in the ass, dude. Once you get inside, you're better off just walking. You know what I mean? You put on your GPS and it's gonna guide you. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Number two, when you do stay, if you decide to stay in the walled city, almost every place is gonna have shit water pressure. I know that might not be like a big thing, but it is to me. Like I don't want to be taking a piss like with a water hose, kind of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't want to be taking a shower with a water hose. You know what I mean? Like that's what it feels like. Like the wall. I stayed in a very, very nice house. Like it was a 3-story house, and the water pressure was garbage. I was like, man, this is terrible.
It was a private house just for you, or other people were in it?
No, there were other people there.
Oh, okay.
But it was I was very surprised at how like it was like low key like mansion style, but the water pressure I was like, wow, this is really bad. All right, and then this one might and I'm only saying things that it might affect people. The city doesn't stop, so there's noise in the walled city 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So it might be all right, but once it's 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning, you're trying to go to sleep, it's loud always. You know what I'm saying? So you hear everything. So, I mean, that might be something, like for me, that was something that I realized, I'm like, yeah, I don't like this, man. Cause when it's time to go to bed, I want some peace and quiet. And I don't want to hear motherfuckers screaming, bitches screaming, music bumping until 4 or 5 a.m.
Right.
Like from the clubs.
Right.
you're like, damn, this kind of sucks. And like I said, I experienced it because I stayed in the house that was like, it was 2 streets over. It was 2 blocks over from the clock tower.
So it sounds like what you're saying for you or anyone that agrees with what you're saying, just stay outside the city, but visit it to go to clubs, bars, restaurants.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Go in there to and any restaurants you find there is going to be great. Like I've eaten, I tried my hardest, bro, to pull up the names. I could not remember the names of the restaurants, but I've eaten at Italian. I've eaten at, Mexican style. I've eaten at, traditional, authentic Colombian. I've eaten at a Chinese inside the walled city, and they were all delicious. You know what I'm saying? So typically, like the quality of restaurant in the walled city is very, very good. One of my favorite places, your brother and I been there a few times. It's called Candela, like candle. Oh no, it's Candel, right? Superb. Sometimes they have live music. It's very, very nice. A little upscale, but it's nice. Inside of Bastion Luxury Hotel, there's a restaurant. Bro, if you're there, I would highly recommend going there because it is damn near 5-star quality restaurant, and you're not gonna spend more than $100, maybe $150 if you ball out, but probably $100.
That's like going to Applebee's on fucking Fridays.
Exactly, bro. You're paying cheesecake, Applebee's prices, and you're gonna get 5-star quality service, bro. Like I remember I dropped a fork on accident, and bro, they swooped in, picked it up, and put a fresh one on the table. And I'm like, damn. Like I was like, whoa, okay, this is different.
Gotcha. I think you spoke about that in an episode.
Probably, yeah. All right, and the bars there, super, super important. Most of the places you go, they're gonna have a menu, and the price will be on the menu. But if you go to a place, just make sure you confirm the price of what you're whatever product you're gonna purchase. Okay. A lot of restaurants are on the beach. I'm gonna get into that a little bit, and they don't have prices on the menu, or they kind of don't discuss prices. You kind of just, what's your order? What do you want? What do you want? And then they'll stiff you. So you gotta 100 make sure you know what the price is of what you're asking for, so that when the bill comes, it all matches up, because they will try to work you. No, you know what I mean? And believe it or not, I learned this because I experienced it. They have gringo prices and they have local prices. They actually have completely different menus.
Really?
Yeah. But you're not going to get local price menu no matter what. So just whatever the price is on the menu, just make sure you confirm. Cool. All right. So I think, if you want to experience food and bars and just have a good time, Wall City is dope. Boca Grande, which is further south of the Wall City, I love Boca Grande. They got great restaurants. It's a good vibe. The main strip, they got hella bars, hella restaurants, even shopping if that's, you want to do that. It's great. Boca Grande is dope. And if you want to stay in Boca Grande too, if you find an Airbnb there or if you find a hotel, by all means, I stayed at a hotel in Boca Grande called Madison Boutique. Great, bro. It's $50 a night. No, I'm sorry. It was $100 a night, but it was fucking phenomenal. I mean, it was great. Like, it was absolutely great.
And it's a hotel, or it's like village?
It's a straight hotel. You go, they got the main lobby. You check in. The guy even takes your bags to the room. Right? At least it's this. Yeah, they got a bell guy. He takes your bags. They take you to your room. It's just like a hotel. Inside the hotel, they got a pool. It's not a big pool, but it's cool, and it's got a little sitting area around the pool. It's very, very nice how it's put together. And then they got you could call it like a restaurant, but it's more like a buffet style. Then they serve breakfast there. It's included with your stay. Phenomenal breakfast, bro. It is amazing for $100 a night. It's great. I've also stayed in like another spot that was like, it was Airbnb style. It was $75 a night. And you get a private room, but it's an entire apartment, like a 1-bedroom apartment. You got a couch, living room area, a full kitchen, and in the bedroom. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty dope, but that's it. It doesn't come with much amenities. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And that one is absolutely guest friendly. I can't remember the name of it. Your brother might have it, but yeah, it serves its purpose. It's nothing great, but it was cool.
Okay, now you mentioned one thing, El Conquistador.
Yeah, so now if you go down further south from Boca Grande, you're gonna end up in my favorite area. It's Laguito, right? It's like a little shoe.
Okay.
In Laguito, that's where the Playa Mar is. That's guest friendly. They have Palmetto Sunset that is also it's guest friendly, but there's rules to it. It's like restrictions. So you can have any guest between the hours of 10 a.m. and 9 p.m. Right?
Okay.
And then from 9 p.m. to 12 a.m., you can't have anybody there.
That sucks.
After 12 a.m., you can have guests again from 12 a.m. to 5 a.m. But at 5 a.m.,
why is that? What's the?
They don't allow any overnights. They don't want anyone that's not registered to the hotel staying there overnight.
Okay.
So between 9 p.m. and 12 a.m., no one's allowed, and from 5 a.m. to 10 a.m., no one's allowed.
Gotcha. So you said it's Playa Mar. That's the beach?
No, Playa Mar is a hotel.
Oh, okay. It's just called Playa Mar.
It's called Playa del Mar is the hotel.
Okay.
In Laguito, they also have the Hilton. So if you want to just be a very American or very, just tourist, you can stay there. That place is 100% guest friendly. So do with that what you want. Now, on the very corner, so the way Laguito works, it's got a one-way street that comes down. It goes through the show, and then it loops around, and then it keeps going around to come out. So coming into Laguito, it's Carrera 2, which is like street number 2.
Mm-hmm.
And to get out of it, it's going to be Carrera 3, which is street 3. And it's just one big loop. Follow me?
Yeah.
So at the very tip, towards the tip of the shoe as you're exiting out, there's a hotel there called El Conquistador. Now, this place is basically where everybody, they have Airbnbs that are available for tourism. I would not recommend that at all.
Why is that?
Because that place is, the people that stay there, it's over 80% prostitutes or just locals that live there, right?
Okay.
Now you think like, whatever, but these people are, you gotta remember they're all about their hustle. So when they see people that don't live there coming there to stay, they're an opportunity for them. They're like, how you say, you're a lick. That's how they look at you.
Okay, give me an example or two.
And they will rob you. Essentially, they'll find a way to rob you. They will break into your room and rob you. I only know because I've been told firsthand that it happens. But the dope thing about that area, that especially that hotel, is like I said, a lot of prostitutes live there, so they are always outside. This is why me personally, Laguito is pretty dope. You're away from the bullshit, right? Yeah. You're away from all the noise when it's nighttime. But you got all these hoes just walking the strip out there because to the very right of the Hilton Hotel, there's it's like a restaurant, like a liquor store.
Yeah.
And it's just a spot, bro. They will be there until 2 a.m. So if you let's say you land, you get to your hotel where, if you decide to stay in Laguito, any hotel that's there, you come down, you can just walk down, you see something you like, and right there be like, hey, how much for your time? And, like you said in Sosúa, just make sure you negotiate your price right then and there. Don't take them to your room without discussing the price.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you can still get women for 400,000 pesos, which is about $100.
Okay.
$100 US.
Now,
Now some of them they'll try to work you. They'll try to get you 150 out of you. So they're going to be like, 600,000 or so, but just negotiate. No, make sure you stay at that 400,000 range, and then you're good. That's $100.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Me personally, I like to be walking distance to the beach. Talk to me about the beach. What are my options?
So in Laguito, that's one of the knocks is they don't really have a beach there. You have these micro beaches that are part of certain hotels or Airbnbs there, but they're not that appealing. So right at the corner, like right where Boca Grande ends and then Laguito starts, the best beach and the most popular beach that's going to be there is Playa Hollywood. I think your brother even thinks it there. Playa Hollywood is dope. It's got a restaurant there, like restaurant bar, and then they got all the lounge chairs right there on the beach. Now, just a disclosure or disclaimer, sorry. The water in Cartagena is garbage. It's dirty. It's not pretty. If you want that crystal clear blue water, you got to go out to the islands. But in Cartagena, the water is not nice. It's not saying it's disgusting. It's not going to be that crystal blue that people want when they're on vacation.
Right.
But Black Hollywood is dope. A lot of women.
It's just good to chill on the sand and drink and watch
It's
the
good to
action.
get a ticket. Watch the action. If you want to get you a little massage, because there's always these women walking by to give massages. Yeah, by all means, if you want. There's always a dude selling oysters. There's always people there's always somebody hustling, selling airbrush tattoos or hats or glasses.
Yeah,
I mean,
Swag stays talking about the ceviche. Yeah, he stays talking.
By all means, partake in it. But just these people. One thing I will say is when you're on the beach, you will be approached every 5 minutes. Don't get pissed off. We're just gonna be like, oh no, thank you, and just be stern about it. Because if they see that crack of you being weak, you're gonna buy something off them. And once you buy off of one, everybody's watching, right? Ain't that the thing? That they're always watching, and then next everybody that's selling something is gonna be at you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You go further, I guess it would be north. You got more beaches. You got Boca Grande Beach, which is the next big one. That one's pretty dope. It's the same thing. The entire beach is connected. They're all the same beach, but they separate them so they sound or appear like they're different, but they're not.
It's the same body of water connected.
Exactly, it's the same body of water. It's the whole coastline. You see the whole thing, bro, because you drive by. It's all the same beach, bro.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that goes from all the way from, like I said, from the tip of Laguito, end of Boca Grande, all the way up to the walled city. You're gonna see beaches all the way even on the outside of the walled city. They're not really accessible. Like you can kind of go to them, but they're not really accessible. Your first real beach is gonna be Boca Grande Beach, if I'm not mistaken. And if that's what your trip entails, and you already know the women are the women. If you want, when you go to the walled city, there's gonna be women all throughout the city, right? Your brother did mention that they had put a cut to it, but it's not from my understanding is they can't be at the clock tower anymore. So throughout the city, they're still walking and lurking.
Yeah, because the Colombian government doesn't care for its tourists. Well, not its tourists, but the sex tourists. That they're coming in the country for sex tourists. Gotcha.
Yeah, but they just cleared out. They just cleared out the clock tower. They're still throughout the streets. They're still hanging around. They're everywhere, bro. As far as in the walled city, if you want to go to a couple, I recommend. It all depends. If you want to have that, I guess American, you listen to rap music or R&B, whatever. You got Dolce Vita, always a good spot. And then there's another one.
I wouldn't talk about clubs because last I heard they were shutting some clubs down. So do you really know which ones are up and which ones aren't?
Yeah, when I checked, Dolce Vita was still open.
Oh, so you actually did your homework for this episode?
Yeah, I checked it on Instagram. It was still open, yeah.
My bad.
And another spot that's super dope is it's got more like a techno vibe, whatever, but it's called Ibiza. But that place is dope. They got different kind of music, but it's dope. It's called Ibiza. It's Ibiza. My fault. IVISSA. Ibiza.
Let me ask you, for the audience, the guys that are going out there for the first time, they don't know what to expect as far as the women. If you want to hear Junior's crazy shit, you could go back to episode 2. I always tell everybody, episode 2 is when the real Chat Circus podcast takes off. But from episode 2 going on, you can hear the saga Junior has created and listen to the crazy shit that he's done. But Junior, for the guys that are going, what are some do's and don'ts when dealing with these women? What's the etiquette?
So the thing about Colombia, dude, this is automatic, bro. I don't think I've ever had. Well, I did have one where it was straight business. But mostly every single encounter you're gonna have is they're gonna give you that GFE, that girlfriend experience. So you gotta lock in because it is hard. It is so hard, bro. And their whole goal is they want to milk you. They want to milk you for your money, right? But they do it in such a way where you believe it. You feel like you're the man. You're their man. You feel me?
Yeah.
I mean, even you only did one trip, but I think you can agree with that experience.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So just lock in and just keep in the back of your mind that it's not real.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be near. It's gonna be near impossible. but just know it's. I mean, because it's gonna feel like this is it. This is you know what I mean. And it's funny because like obviously I've listened back to our catalog. I listened to my bullshit. I'm like, man, I was fucking wilding out. But I just laugh at it because like I said this to you before. Like you can't go backwards. You can't go left. You can go right. Life only moves forward. So you live and you learn, man. I was like, all right, that's just a craziness that I'm gonna have forever in my life, right? But bro, you get lost in it, man. Like I do not believe that guys go down there and really stick to their guns. Like at some point, men crack because it might not be this one, it might not be the next one, it might not be the third or fourth, but you're gonna come across one that's gonna get you, and you're gonna be like, damn.
How easy is it to go raw?
Oh, bro, it's automatic. Like, because a lot of them are tough, man. A lot of them they don't want to suck you off raw. Some will, some like most won't. But if you build like a rapport with one, like you see her gang, whatever, you build that confidence, she'll do it. You know what I'm saying? She'll do it. And then once you do that, bro, it's a matter of just, hey, let me, it just, you don't even got to say it. Sometimes it happens because sometimes it will happen where they slip and they'll go to fuck you without a condom, like without, in the moment, without realizing.
Now, I'm a first timer going. I'm listening to the Chat Circus podcast. I'm taking these notes. I'm a little worried though because every time I go on social media, I hear about guys getting drugged up and robbed. Sometimes they get killed in the process. What should I do about that? Like, what are some signs I should pay attention to?
Yeah, well, so kind of going back full circle. So when you get to Cartagena, right, and you find a taxi, it might take you a couple. You might get lucky and luck out. I was fortunate enough that our very first taxi ride, I got the dude's number and I liked his vibe, and that's been my guy since. Like he's taking care of me, I've taken care of him. I mean, so I say that to say this: when you find a taxi driver that you have a lot of confidence or even trust in, make sure you take care of that guy, and he will take care of you. And I say that because he will make sure that you do not go into the areas that you don't need to be in. I don't give a fuck. So I would go to the hood with him, and we'd go kick it at a bar and like whatever. Like it don't mean nothing to me. So, but if you find a taxi, like I said, mutually beneficial, where you take care of him, he take care of you, you won't be he won't take you to no bad spots, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about that. He'll guide you. He'll give you that. All right, this is where you want to be. Stay away from here. X, Y, Z. Now, when you're out and about, say you're in the Walled City. In the Walled City is probably going to be the most danger you'll be in. What I mean by danger is the most that can happen to you is you'll get your phone stolen, right? That happens.
Pickpocket.
Yeah, you might get pickpocketed. So just a pro tip, make sure you keep all your cash in your front pockets. Don't use your back pockets ever. Always your front, right? Most of us now, we kind of wear fitting clothes, so it's not like we have baggy shit. Now, if you do have, say if you're in gym shorts or something like that, where it's a little bit looser, I highly recommend you have one of those man bags, you know what I'm talking about? Like they're like almost like fanny packs, but they wear them on their chest or whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
Like the man purse bags. Yeah.
Like a man purse bag. Yeah, I would recommend something like that if you're gonna wear baggier clothes. But make sure you keep your valuables, being your hotel key or whatever, your phone and your money, and if you're taking credit cards, in your front pockets. Don't use your back.
Okay.
Now, yeah. So, like I said, the risk you have is what? You have your phone stolen. No, it doesn't happen that often, but it can happen. When you move, make sure you have don't go out with a lot of money. Right, go out with exactly what you need. So if you know, all right, I want to blow 300 tonight, don't keep all 300 in one pocket. Split it. Put 100 in one pocket and 200 in the other one. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Or put whatever. Move your money around. Put 100 in the left pocket, 100 in the right pocket, and put 100 in your shoe. I know it might sound goofy, but just do that to protect yourself, because if you take out, imagine, you got to remember, their money. If you convert a $100 bill, it's going to be 400,000 pesos. So the 100,000 pesos out there is green. It's like a bright green. So if you take out $300, which is going to be 1.2 million, right? And all they're gonna see is a bunch of green bills. That you're a target now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So, okay. I'm listening to the Chat Circus podcast. I'm watching other YouTube videos. I'm getting excited. I want to go, but I don't have a squad because everybody's busy. They got work. They can't get vacation time. They're in a relationship, so that's dead. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going alone. I'm a white guy. I'm a black guy, or I'm a Spanish guy, or no sabo guy. Is it safe for me to go alone by myself or no? And if
Absolutely, bro.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
And then what else?
No, I'm saying.
What are you gonna say?
Is it no? Go ahead.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely safe. But Colombia has a very that bad reputation. There's just a lot of ignorance, bro. Because once you're there, they thrive off of tourism. You know, American, European, whatever. They thrive. They need tourism, right, to kind of stimulate the economy there. So they're not trying to. They're not like. When people get fucked over, like the locals do get upset because that's fucking up their money.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So I've seen it happen where if somebody's being hassled, you'll see other locals step in and break it up because they're like, no, go ahead, don't worry about it. Like, and they'll take care of the tourists because they don't want to fuck the money up, right? Because if you're out and about and you see something happen, what's gonna happen is everybody's gonna leave. Everybody's gonna leave the area. So that means no money's moving. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
no money's coming in, no business. Yeah.
Exactly. So they don't want that. You know, they want to. So you can, as if you're there, but as a single man by yourself, you'll be fine. Just be smart. Don't go down dark alleys because you're a lick. Don't go into bars or areas and just be low key. Just go there, grab a drink. This and that. You will get approached by women. It's gonna happen. Like you're not gonna have to do any work, but they will find you.
If you don't speak Spanish, how do you get around that, bro?
You're gonna have. Sometimes you get lucky and they speak English, but you're gonna have to use a Google Translate. You're gonna absolutely have to. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Just a question. This is my personal question. Your taxi. Is this the guy that drove us to the Airbnb, or is this the guy that took us to back to the airport on the last day?
This is the guy that took us to the Airbnb the first night.
Really? Was I in that one with you or no? Because I remember I was not.
Yeah, you were in there with me. Yeah, it was you, me, and Swagger in the taxi.
I don't even remember. That's crazy, son.
Yeah, I remember. I started chopping up with him, and I got his number, and then that was it. I was like, all right.
I remember I was sitting in the front seat, passed out.
I remember. So when I go back, I remember I got his number, and I hit him up, and that was it. Like.
Okay. All right. So I'm in my Airbnb. Let's say I'm in Boca Grande or Laguito. Doesn't matter where I'm at. It's late. I'm fucking hungry. I don't feel like going outside my Airbnb or my hotel. Is there any type of app I could use for food delivery?
Yeah, no doubt. You're gonna have to download an app called Rappi. RAPPI. The logo is gonna be red and white. It's essentially like DoorDash. That's going to be your only source because most restaurants, they start closing at 10. Then the latest they'll stay open is going to be 1 a.m. Typically, if you're out and about around 2 a.m., the only place you're going to find is like McDonald's, maybe Burger King, and that's it. That you're going to find open, like where you can go and get something. But you'll have to do Rappi. Rappi, there's a lot of restaurants that they do delivery only. And they're open until 3, 4, 5 a.m.
Really?
So I highly recommend downloading an app before you travel and downloading and setting up your payment. Whether it's going to be Apple Pay or whatever, just set it up. That way when you're out there, it's going to be quick. Boom, boom, boom. One more thing. If you don't want to use a taxi, you can absolutely use Uber. Uber still works out there just like it does here. And the great thing about Uber is the prices are set. So what you see is what you pay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know why I didn't mention this. If by any chance you're in the Wall City, you need to get to Boca Grande, you're in Boca Grande, wherever. If you need to travel, you're gonna have to flag a taxi down. Usually, it's not that hard. They see you walking, they're gonna taxi. As soon as before you even enter, don't even enter the taxi. Make sure you discuss where you're going and the price, because as soon as you get in their cab and they take you wherever, they're gonna tell you some bogus price. And you might be sitting there haggling back and forth, but you're gonna be fine. They'll call the police. Just make sure you set that price before, because if they give you a bogus price, you're like, nah, I'm good, and keep it moving. You'll find another taxi. There's always a taxi that's gonna be the rate you're looking for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I remember one time I was in Laguito, and I needed to get to Boca Grande, which is not even, it was a 10-minute ride. So it should have been 10,000, maybe 15,000, right? So, but I was willing to pay up to 20. So I was like, yo, I need to go here. How much? And my man hit me with 40. I'm like, nah, I'm good. And he's like, no, I'll do it for 30. I'm like, nah, bro, I'll do it for 20. And he was like, all right, get in. So then I hopped in, and then as I was going up, I said, oh shit, you know what? I need to go to Western. And the only reason I did this because my taxi guy, one day a week they have a rest period, so they can't work. So I had to use other cabs, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, yo, by the way, I need to stop at Western, right? So I was like, stop at Western. I was like, how much would that be? And he said, don't worry about it. I'm like, all right, cool. So I go to, stop at Western, get some money out, come out. Then he takes me to where I need to go. And then he hits me like, oh, it's 60. I'm like, say what? He's like, yeah, you made me stop here. And I was like, nah, bro, I asked you how much. You were like, nah, it's good. He's like, oh, no. So we haggled back and forth, and I ended up having to give him 40.
Mm-hmm.
Which it's whatever. It's 40,000 pesos. Is like what, $10, $15 maybe. But it's just a point, and that will happen, and it will happen so quick and so easy. And you're like, fuck, what do I do now? And if you're out there, you can't speak the language. You're trying to translate every interaction. It's gonna be uncomfortable. So just make sure you discuss price before you get into a taxi, before you sit down at a restaurant to eat, before you get a beer at or whatever. If you get a beer on the beach, anything, discuss the price first. And when they tell you, no, don't worry about it, don't believe that bullshit.
Really? That makes sense. Okay, so this happened to me in the Dominican Republic. So maybe, let me give you a scenario. I got a girl over, and for whatever reason, I don't have cash on me. So I'm like, yo, let me send you money through an app. Is there like a cash app for Colombia or no?
Yeah, they got an app called Neki, but you need to have a Colombia number to get access to that. So only app that you could probably get away with is
Western Union.
PayPal, Western Union, or I don't know if they have Cash App. I actually don't know.
I highly doubt it.
But
So
your only option to get out of that situation would be Western Union. That's it.
So Neki, that sounds like a little sexual.
That's their Cash App.
So that's their Cash App, Colombian CashPp. I know in Dominican Republic they got Jubilee.
Okay, yeah.
And then in Puerto Rico they got ATH Moville.
So before we finish it up, just want to make sure people understand the for food app, Rappi, RAPPI. Make sure you download Western Union app and have it set up. You will need it.
RAPPI. Got it.
Yeah, Western Union is automatic. You need that. Like, no, even think of it. You don't. You will need it. And then Uber, download it, set it up. Oh, they don't have Lyft out there. Only Uber.
Uber works out there.
Yeah, Uber works.
Oh, nice. Good to know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I have any questions, bro. I mean, you've given us pretty much a year of Colombian content. This is the first time. This is the first time you actually organize it. Because if you go back and listen to the Junior episodes, everything that he said tonight, he's pretty much said it in all those episodes. All those episodes, just different portions.
Yeah, this wasn't sorted up. Yeah.
Yeah, this one's more like it's all pieced together.
I hope this helps somebody. Just like the Sensua helped our boy Pat, I hope this helps somebody. Yeah,
so we're gonna call this Cartagena 101?
Yeah.
All right, so that's I'll give it that title, and then in the description I'll put Junior's version of someone's first time visiting Cartagena.
Yeah, and if by any chance, like I got I spoke about this before, but I got a taxi guy. His name's Jose, and I got a plug. His name's Randy. So if you listen and if you're interested in getting connects with them, they're very I've used them, so they're 100% real and legit. If you want to use my people, by all means, hit us up. And but I will only make sure I make that connection if the trip, whatever is, 100% happening. Feel me?
Yeah. So if your flight is booked and you still don't know where you want to stay or whatever, or you're 100% sure you're going, reach out to me. Junior has, if you click the link, Junior has socials, but he barely checks those. So you could reach out to me, and then I'll reach out to Junior, and then we could get that going. I actually have the Randy's number. I don't want to toot my horn, but I got him first. But Junior was the one who's used him most.
Have you ever spoken to him since?
No, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense. If I hit him up, will he even remember me? That's, you know what I mean? Like,
He won't. He won't. Honestly, I don't think he will.
yeah, so it doesn't make sense for me to even hit him up. Like, I have his number, but
Yeah, and he has his WhatsApp set up where everything deletes after 24 hours. So you'll hit him up. And he's like, "Who's this?"
Fucking pig.
After what? 3 years?
Right, yeah. After 3 years, he don't know me. He I'm just another asshole that went through that he got paid from. That's it. But yeah, Junior, you know, you reach out to me. I give you the guy's number, and I'll tell Junior to hit him up to expect a message from you. And you know, you feel safe. You want to get your weed, your coke, your pink coke. You want bitches. I'm sure he's got access to females.
Yeah, absolutely.
He could give you a ride to and from the airport, or anyway. He doesn't do it himself, but he's got the connects, like the taxis. And what else? You want to go to a club, he's got the connects to the like bottle service and the table. Damn near anything you could think of, this guy has the connects for. He's the plug for everything.
Yeah.
Is that all, my buddy? Is that it? Cartagena?
That's it.
Speaking about this, don't you get like fired up? Like, damn, I want to go.
I had my run, dude. Like, nah, I don't really trip on it.
Wow, you're done.
Yeah, I had my run, bro. It's because it's all wash, rinse, repeat. It's, you know, it's nothing like.
Oh fuck! I hear you. All right, June. I'm gonna let you go right now. Any last words you want to say to the audience?
Nah, man. Hope this helps. That's it.
All right, bro. Take care. Have a good night.
Yeah, take care. Yeah, you too.
All right, guys. Thank you for listening. Let me wrap this bitch up. Well, that's all, folks. If you'd like to get in contact with us, you can click the link in this episode's description. I'm your host, Nano, and this is the Chat Circus.